I knew the clocks went forward today, but I didn't know they went all the way forward to Christmas. The DPD guy is outside. It's here. It's here. The shoe is here. Bring me those Nike Next percenters. He's coming. He's coming. Yes. Boom. Hello, you beauties. My precious. Look at these. Meant to be a rest day. Do you think that rest day is going ahead? Nah. So awesome. These look so cool. Yeah, upper is very different to the other one, with like a mesh sort of design. Obviously we'll talk about that more in a bit of detail in a minute, but I'm going to get out of these lounging clothes, put on my running gear and go take this beautiful thing here for a run. Nothing will get me dressed quicker than a pair of new shoes. Been in my loungewear all day. Doorbell goes, DPD, and the running clothes are on. Okay, so just quickly, the step-in feel feels exactly like the Vaporfly 1 that I've got in the Vaporweave and the custom upper. They definitely included the normal nitrous and pogo sticks that they put in the Vaporfly 1. My legs feel absolutely knackered today, and it's still making it easy to fly. I wondered what it'd feel like to run with a pogo stick. Wear these shoes. This is what these shoes do to me. Make me smile. That felt absolutely awesome. Feels exactly the same underfoot as the first one, obviously just with some changes to the upper, which we will talk about in the bedroom where the magic with the shoes happens. So today, 3.5 miles, average pace of 6 minutes 36 per mile. Nothing fancy today, just a progressive 3 miles. So you'll see I'm all beetroot coloured. I've literally just got back in from the run, and I thought I've got to get my thoughts on paper, as they say, and I just want to bring the review to the people. I'm going to have a shower afterwards, so if I look a bit like a tomato, that is why. I'm not normally this sunburnt looking. It's just because whenever I go for a run, I end up looking hot and sweaty. It's that moment that you've all been waiting for, the review of the Nike Vaporfly Next 2. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you've not watched this channel before, you have found the perfect channel if you love seeing running shoes. Now, I've got over 40 pairs of running shoes, all bought with my own money, and today we are talking about this beautiful little shoe here. If you are new to the channel today, please can you hit that like and subscribe button. It's a fairly new channel, but we are slowly growing a great community here. There's plenty of shoe reviews. I hope you will see that I am absolutely shoe mad, and this is a place you're gonna want to come for a bit of entertainment and some information about those running shoes you are looking to potentially buy. So, are you one of them people that when you get a new shoe, you're able to resist going out for a run? Or are you a bit like me when you get the shoe and you think, I've got to go for a run in it? Today was meant to be a rest day. I did a slightly faster than planned run yesterday, and these were meant to come on Monday. Today is Sunday. I was going to go and do a run in them tomorrow, a tempo run in them tomorrow. Today was meant to be a rest day, but these beautiful little things turned up today, so I put them on. I'm going to take you through this beautiful update from Nike, the Nike Next Percent 2. So as you can see, I do have the Next Percent 1 here, which is absolutely battered looking. I also have the Next Percent in the custom upper here. So let's talk about this. So this is why you are here. This is what you want to know about. Sam, give the people what they want. What do you think of the Nike Next Percent 2? Well, I absolutely love this shoe. And if you've watched some of my other videos, which you should check out anyway, you will see that I don't just say that I love a shoe just because it's Nike or because it's Adidas or whatever. I like a shoe because I like the shoe. I dislike a shoe because I dislike the shoe. I give them all the exact same chance in my eyes to impress me. The biggest difference between this here is the upper. So of course on the original version we've got a vapor weave, which kind of feels like a sort of a net material. This is much more like a crisscross lacy mesh pattern. It feels a little bit less restricted over my foot. I went size 11 on this shoe, and I'll say that it does fit true to size, but if you've run in any of the Nike shoes before, Vaporfly, Alphafly, it has that same sort of really going in on the midfoot here, so I actually have quite a high arch. After today's run, I did have a little bit of arch pain on my right foot, but as you'll know, I've been suffering from plantar fasciitis for a long time now, so I'm not saying that you'll necessarily have that when you run in this shoe. Just something to look out for. If you do have sort of conditional flare-ups of plantar fasciitis, or you have a high arch, then just be careful with these. The update to the upper, I'd say it's a positive one overall. It definitely didn't feel any worse than the Vaporwave. I think it's definitely going to be a lot more breathable than the Vaporwave. The other changes that we've got in the upper is a little bit of a reinforced area here, but it's not really hard. It's just a little bit harder than the rest of the mesh here. I think that's just to sort of hopefully increase the longevity of the shoe and make it a little bit more durable. In terms of the heel, we've got the same sort of padding around here as we've got in the original one. Just a little bit of support there. It's not too over made up, just enough to sort of hold your foot in place. In terms of the laces, we've got a little bit of an update here to the laces, the sort of ribbed laces you get in the Alphafly. And I think there's a slight update to the tongue. Yeah, there's a slight update to the tongue. There's a little bit more padding on this tongue than there is in the Vaporfly 1. As you can see there with the light in the background, it is really, really see-through. That just shows you how breathable this upper is. I could feel the wind sort of rushing through my foot today as I was running in this. You can see how see-through that is there. Look, as I twist that, you can see the light just going straight through it. It's so breathable. I had no feeling at all today of blisters or anything like that, and I was going quite fast. At one point I was sort of going 5-minute mile pace. In terms of the midsole, so we've got the same ZoomX in this shoe that we all know and love, and it feels exactly the same underfoot as the other Vaporflies. So if you've already got a Vaporfly, this is going to feel the same. If you haven't got a Vaporfly, so be prepared to find out what warp speed feels like. When you put these on, it's like running on a pogo stick. You literally feel like you have to strap yourself in and hope that you're not going to crash into something. It just literally sort of propels you through the air. You feel like you're flying. Combined with that really stiff carbon plate, you can see there the lack of flex. That's what sort of propels you forward as you put the pressure here, and it sort of springs you into the air. You're flying around everywhere, hoping you don't crash into anyone. Value, these are actually cheaper than the original version, which is a bit of a mystery. These are £209 compared to £239 for this version, and I think that's really, really good. Obviously, to get a shoe a little bit cheaper is a really good thing, and I definitely think that's to help it bring itself a little bit more in line with the Adidas Adizero Adios Pro. Maybe they heard my review from last week when I was talking about the shoes being too expensive. Well, cheers Nike for sorting that out. In terms of weight, this shoe weighs 227 grams in a size 11. Like I said, I do think it fits true to size, but it is a little bit of a narrow fit. This isn't too restrictive here, but in the midsole it does come in quite a lot. In terms of what this shoe feels like to run in, it just feels really, really enjoyable. It's one of them things that it just makes running faster feel so easy and effortless. Effortless. I can say that word, effortless. It makes running fast feel effortless. It doesn't necessarily make you faster, it just makes running faster feel easier to do. So you don't have to put as much energy in to get as much back out. The outsole is unchanged, it's exactly the same as in the Vaporfly 1. You've got obviously rubber coverage here and here. You probably will find quite a bit of wear on the exposed areas here. So I do think that this isn't going to be like a mega durable shoe, and it's not something you're going to want to run your easy runs in by any chance. It doesn't feel super stable. I think that's just because of the narrowness here on the midfoot. It does feel fun, it does feel enjoyable. It's kind of like just running in a Ferrari. You know, you wouldn't want to drive around town in it and pick up your milk and bread. Unless you want to show off, and that's I guess what some people might do. Now, is it worth getting this shoe if you've already got the Nike Next Percent 1? It depends on whether you're as much of a shoe addict as me. So literally the only changes is in the upper, and I think it's a positive change in the upper, but is that worth spending another £209 on? Probably not. However, why would anybody go and buy the Nike Next Percent 1 if they don't own either, when you can get this for £40 cheaper? So that does make me wonder what they're going to do, whether they're going to bring that price down a little bit, so that this becomes a more expensive one, or are they going to keep the Vaporfly 1 as a more expensive one? It'd be interesting to see. Definitely say it's a really good racing shoe. It's the fastest feeling racing shoe for me. I'm still undecided about between this or that. I just think this feels a little bit more stable. We're not going to go into too much detail on these differences here though, because I am going to be doing a comparison soon between the Next Percent 2 and the Adios Pro. So it's obviously still early days. I've only done 3.5 miles in this shoe today, but I have done 120 miles in this shoe, and coming up for I think 30 miles in the custom version. Pretty clued up on what ZoomX and a carbon fibre plate feels like underfoot. And it's definitely a really enjoyable experience. It leaves you sort of smiling. It does feel you sort of like cheating as you're sort of flying through the air. So guys, that has been it. That has been my initial review of the Nike Vaporfly Next Percent 2. I hope that you found this review helpful today. Please subscribe, it really does help me out, and you can guarantee that I'll be the guy that's going to have those new running shoes that you want to know about going forward. Not because I get them for free, because I just can't help myself. I've got so many new shoes and I'm just constantly buying them just because I just can't resist. I see them come out and I'm like, no, don't do it. And then I'm seeing them going really quickly and I go, you got to do it, you got to buy it before it disappears. So I bought this when I have absolutely no need for it, because this is still only got 20 odd miles in it. So you can guarantee that I'll be the one that's going to getting these reviews out to you with nothing coming back to me, because I don't get paid for these reviews, I don't get commission, I don't have any affiliated links or anything like that. These reviews are literally just done because I'm shoe mad and shoe obsessed, and I love talking about them, like you can probably tell. So I hope you've enjoyed the initial review of the Nike Next Percent 2. I know I've enjoyed running in it today, and I will see you guys in a bit.